Hello world, welcome to Top Farms. If this is your first time watching one of our videos, then I want to tell you thank you for taking the time to watch and seeing some humble farmers and just what we do and how we do it. And today we decided to make a video in the middle of the workday. I don't quite know what time it is. We've been out here for a while already this morning, but one thing, we finally finished this front row. This is done. Everything up here, there's no more work to do up here. Everything has been planted. As you can see, some of the food is already starting to grow out here. But just looking back on all the work that we put in and how far we've come from the beginning, we've come a very long way. And I'm happy to be able to share my experience with the world as a farmer, because there's many people doing many different things in the world, and they're sharing their journey along the way, and we're right along with it. We're sharing our journey as farmers with the world, and it's a good thing because there's not very many farmers, and we definitely know there's only a few vlogs out there about farming, and seen a few of them, and they're very good. Um, some of them give me ideas of places when I want to go into the tree business, which will be next year, not this year, because of finances, and the amount of capital you need to do tree production on a large scale. We did want to sell. We have about 7 acres of woods, and we wanted to sell the trees, but every tree company that we talked to, they wanted to come clear cut our 7 acres, and we have pine trees in our 7 acres, and we don't want our pine tree. We don't want to sell our pine trees because that's insulation for your trees later on down the line. When we do get in the tree business, we're going to need our pine trees to drop that insulation down. It's free insulation. So we decided that after the growing season is over with and we're no longer planting things in the ground, then we were going to invest in the proper equipment to cut our trees down ourselves and turn them into wood chips and wood chip our yard out, so it won't be too much grass left. It'll just be where we're planting at, and wood chips. I gotta say, along the journey, today is a cool day. It's not hot today, but with that being said, I don't while it's still cool, I don't want to water my watermelon patch and have my seeds get cold. But it's due to be watered today. Even though you can't see the watermelon sprouting yet, um, even though they're not sprouting yet, they're there and they've had their first water, and you know next water, by the time we get a next good deep soak for about an hour and a half, they'll be ready to start sprouting up. And so we're at the end of the season for growing melons, but we got our seeds down in time to be able to have a good harvest for melons. And I really want to walk around and do this video. I'm gonna stay stationary because I'm doing this video on a short break. We try to take a break every hour and a half. Try to take a 10-minute, 15-minute break, and that's just good. When you're working for yourself, you should care for yourself. Also, it's important to get the work done. It's important to get the work done efficiently and correctly, but it's also important not to stress yourself about getting the work done, because as you go, if you're working every day, we haven't taken a day off in over a month. And so when you're working every day, you have to learn to pace yourself, not really frustrate yourself with the work. Just do the work, do it at your time, take regular breaks. One thing I will say about farming, before I got into it, that I didn't know, for us, it's okay for us to take it on as a full-time job. But if you're just starting out, young man, young woman, you're just starting out, don't make it a full-time job. Incorporate it into whatever job you have, and then as you do it like that every year, expand on your capability. You can use farming as a retirement plan. So let's say you're working a job. It's not the best paying job in the world. Anywhere from $10 to $12 an hour. A job like that, well, I'll say anywhere from $7.50 to $12 an hour. A job like that, and you find yourself not being able to afford the insurances and stuff like that. You find yourself not being able to save up for retirement. But wherever you're living at, you do have, let's say, a quarter acre. You have a quarter acre. You can start farming that quarter acre on your off days and on your off time, and when you get off of work, put a little bit of work into it. And if not bringing that food to market, or not trying to, if you don't want to try to get the certifications you need to bring it to market, or you don't want to just do some let your friends know, or let your family members and acquaintances know that you have fresh produce, and start bringing baskets of people and having people come purchase fresh produce from you. Well, then you could just eat it all yourself, and it'll supplement your food costs. And with that, you'll find out real quickly that it makes a big difference, because although be it if you want to get into larger production and still be a small farm, because we're a very small farm. Having 10 acres for a farm is not very much land. Most small farms have anywhere from 50 to 100 acres. That's a small farm. And so when we're a micro farm, we're pretty much a urban farm in a rural area. So we're about the size of an urban farm, 10 acres. So even with 10 acres, the amount of produce you can put on it, if you still use like urban growing tactics, you can still fit a lot of food per acre. Right now, when it comes to just food production, like vegetation and vine fruit and the such, we're probably farming off of 2 acres, maybe 2.5 at the most. That's how much we have for straight laying down seed. But as you can see by our markers in the distance up here, now in the back there's a little bit more spacing, but up here, this is all food. Everything that's growing in these patches up here is for food to bring to market. So we packed it on in there, to provide a maximum for profit, to compensate us for all the work that we put out here every day. And so, in the back we have it more spaced out, so it'll be easier to walk through, and we can go back there and pick what we want to eat. But up here, there should be no really walking through, as you can see how the rows are made. Okay, so this is the row, and there's food coming up here slowly. Now my wife kind of veered off here, and she started on this flag with the row and drug it to this flag with the row. Of course, inexperience caused that, but and inexperience will cost us financially in the long run. But for now, I'll just show you what I mean. So here's a perfect example on these 2 rows right here. So you got food going right there on this flag, and you got food going in on that flag. Normally on a larger farm, like 300 acres plus, on a larger farm, the food would be twice as far spread out, because you have three or four employees in that same row gathering food up, because you have to do 300 acres worth of food. Well, with it being like this, it's just me and my wife. So when, it'll probably be just me gathering food. So it's just enough room for me to put my 2 feet in here and get down and grab food on both sides. And that way, that's more of like the urban type of farming, where you condense the food in one person in that row, grabbing food on both sides, have pails, and the two opposite rows have something to dump the food in on 2 rows on the side, pick it out, throw it in the bucket, and go down the line as one individual. And it makes it where it's easier to grab food faster. And also it makes it where you can fit more food in less space. And here's another perfect example of this. In this row right here, You know, even though it veers crookedly in the back, where you can see that there's just enough room to fit in there for one person to fit in there, grab and go, both hands. Another thing is when you're out here farming, it's a good thing to be ambidextrous. I started out right-handed, but over time and over my life since I was right-handed, I find myself wanting to use my left hand more. So a lot of times I don't really write with my left hand, but I work a lot more with my left hand because I'm conscious that I'm right-handed. So I've spent so many years doing that a lot of times everything that I do naturally, I just do it with my with my left hand now. You know, I think everybody should do that. If you were born and you're inclined to do things with your right hand, stop using your right hand and do things with your left hand and let your left hand catch up. You know, and then too, you'll notice like it's a mental thing. It's muscle memory. A lot of things in life are muscle memory. If you do things so many times with your left hand, it becomes easier to do. You can become more efficient at what you do. And anybody watching this, I gotta tell you, you know, doing farming, you gain more appreciation for your life. Like every day I wake up and I'm happy to be alive. We made it through another week last week. We worked all 7 days last week, and then on Sunday I got a chance to visit my family, and you know, I was more appreciative of just living and making it through a week. And, you know, our lives are more in tune, I would say, with the creators plan for us. I feel like this is a plan for our lives because you know my family deals with health issues, and I have dealt with health issues as well. But being out here, knowing that pretty soon, um, you know, I won't be eating any more GMO food, at least for a while, and then my wife is gonna get to studying canning, and we're gonna buy canning equipment so when the food stops growing, you know, what's left, we can pick it up and can it. And still, as we have to go start back slowly weaning to GMO foods again, uh, we'll still have fresh non-GMO food, but it'll be canned and preserved. So we'll still be eating organic foods and supplementing with GMO, but just to have that break for a good 4 or 5 months, it should last us a food to have 5 months out of the year of not needing GMO food. That's a benefit to your body, you know, to leave GMO food for a span of time like that.
Two
No,
minutes.
hmm?
2 minutes.
2 minutes. Well, 2 minutes what, lady?
It's 13 minutes in.
Oh, okay. Well, what do you have to say then? Do you want to say something? You just want to hold the camera? That's all you want to do? And shake your head?
Mm-hmm.
That's all you want to do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Say hey.
Hi.
Okay, because the camera doesn't even know you're there. It just sees you behind the scenes. And for anybody who's watching this, if you're a veteran like myself, I gotta tell you, this for a veteran is not work. I know for like a normal person, everybody that we speak to, they always say, what do they always say?
It's hard work.
They always say, wow, you guys are farming? That's hard work.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I got to thinking about it, and I came to the conclusion to a normal person, I guess this would be hard work, but for a war veteran like myself who did some combat time, um, this isn't even work. It's not even work to me. It's more therapy than work, and hard work. I don't even, you know, some of the stuff I did in the military was hard work. I did some hard work in the military, but I don't know if this could be. I mean, to each his own. I guess if you're the type of person that uh, sits behind the desk all day, or the such. I don't know. Maybe this would be difficult for you. I mean, for example, like my sister, she had a job working at, what was it, Dollar General? Yeah, it
Mm-hmm.
was the Dollar General, and she said that was hard. She said that was hard work. So I guess if it's like that, if you don't like to do any kind of work besides punching buttons and sit at a desk, then maybe this would be hard work. But this is satisfying work. At the end of the day, I look around and every day I see what I accomplished because there's something accomplished every day. There's not a day that goes by that something isn't new. Something isn't changed, and that's a beautiful thing because I see my work. And also with this, since we're, let's say we just grew enough food for us to eat, if we just did that, then I wouldn't have anything to do every day. Like I'm out here, I was out here before whoever's watching this video woke up this morning. I was out here before you woke up this morning. And I would say that, you know, we don't have enough land for as much work as I'm going to do because I can't stop. This is, like I said, this is my therapy out here. Like this is my freedom. Being a farmer is my freedom. This is how I escape the matrix. This is how I put myself in a situation where uh, any kind of mishaps I have or misfunctions or misquirks that I have that if I wasn't doing this, that I could be putting myself in any kind of bad situation. This takes up that time. This right here takes up that time. So I was watching something the other day and it said about people who have so many friends and all this, and other people who are just like to be alone. And most people in society, if you're one of the people who likes to be alone, they'll say you're weird or that there's something wrong with you or you're on the verge of going to be the next Oklahoma City bomber or something like that, because they do look at veterans like that. The FBI keeps track of veterans because they do. A new study came out and said they're considering us the new terrorist, which I would to some extent I would agree. You take a soldier off of the battlefield. He comes back to regular society. He's been, in the military about 4 or 5 years. He's gotten to everything, training for war all the time. And when he's not training for war, he's going to war. And then you throw him back into society, and there's no more of that. The hunger for that will eat you up internally if you don't have a outlet, and then it gets to a point where you become your worst enemy, and you start to self-destruct. And when you give yourself something to focus on, you give yourself a task, and that task, you exert all of your energy into that task. You exert not all of your physical energy, but all of your mental energy, because farming is landscaping. It's a part of it, and it's a part of beautification and maintenance, lawn maintenance, and all these things go into farming. So while I'm out here, I'm making designs to my yard, and trying to make where I'm using where I'm cultivating at, and that I'm using to grow vegetation and vine fruit. Then you know where I'm not using it at, I want to make sure it looks nice, and that later on, I can lay wood chips down, and that it'll have a nice design. And that takes mental work, and deciding what you want to do every day, because there's a million jobs out here right now. We haven't taken a day off in a month. We've been working for 30 plus days. And even in working for 30 plus days, there's still a million jobs to do out here. It's never not a job out here. I mean, I believe that we could work every single day for 3 years straight, not take a day off for 3 years, and there will still be things to do out here. And so, man, just think about that and make it planning your next move, and what you want to do next, and how do you want to change the landscaping, and you know what you want to buy next to make your farm look different than everybody else's. Those things provide happiness, joy, thought stimulation. It gets your mind away from other things that you could be thinking or plotting on doing, and it's an enhancer. So, in other videos, we'll show you more about the farm. It just won't me being station. Well, it just won't be me being stationary. But if you enjoy this video, there's plenty of other videos that we have right now. I think we have almost 40 videos out there, and you can just see development going on, and we'll be showing more development later on. Also, if you would like to keep up daily and just see pictures of the daily changes that go on out here, we have a Facebook page. It's Black Farmers 6. Black Farmers with an S, not Black Farmer, but Black Farmers, and the number 6. And if you type that into Facebook, we'll come up, and you can check us out. And we do have a price sheet of what we were going to be charging for our products, but from all that we've invested out here, we realized that what we wanted to charge for our produce and what we're going to have to charge is two different things, because we're not farming for free, and we don't want to lose money out here. And it's a lot more expensive than what I thought. You go into things thinking that, hey, it's going to be this, and this, and then as you get into it, you realize, wow, there's a lot of expenses. No wonder food is the price that it is, because somebody has to grow it, and somebody has to get the equipment to grow it, and somebody has to spend their time growing it, and somebody has to go into debt to produce your food. Understand this: when the food that you go and get, not only is it killing you because it's GMO food, but somebody went into debt to grow that food. Because I don't know if you know this, but we're living in a debt wealth society. Before you can get some money, you have to invest in yourself to buy what you need to be able to produce whatever you're producing in order to get the money. And so I understand why so many farmers are going out of business, and farming is being outsourced to third world countries now. But at the same time, I think the United States should invest in small farmers. But keep the food here, keep the food locally grown. But you got to give the people who are growing the food a chance. People can't grow food for free. People have bills to pay. People have mortgages they need to pay. We have a mortgage over here, and we've already lost our homeowner insurance, and that's the part of it all. And losing our homeowner insurance, we have a mortgage. We could possibly lose our farm. And so this is just the price you pay when you become a farmer, if you want to do it full time. That's why I said I recommend for you, the person who's watching this video, if at all possible, just start part-time on your time off. Just start farming and see how it enhance your life. Just cutting down on your food costs. With that being said, I really enjoyed putting this information out to you guys. I really do. I enjoy doing vlogs. I wish I had more time to do them, which I feel like I will start making the time, because not having the time is not an excuse. So I will start taking the time to put my thoughts out, my day as I'm going through my day. After I get halfway done with the work day, I will start letting my thoughts as a farmer come out so we can put out more videos and keep the information coming to you guys, because even with there not being so many people watching the videos, the one or two people who do watch the videos, it's important that we have it there for you to watch, because we don't just want you to be entertained by our lives. We want you to start a farm yourself, because this is a no competition type of business. There's no competition in this because there's not enough growers. If 1,000 people watched this video and 1,000 people started growing, it wouldn't be enough people. If 1,000,000 people watched and 1,000,000 people started growing, guess what? It still wouldn't be enough farmers. So there's no competition in farming. I just want to put the information out to get other young, other either the youth or other minorities thinking about farming as an option. And even when I'm out and about, if I see someone out and about and I see that they come from the same circumstances and background that I came from, which is not all black people. All black people don't come from my same circumstances. And there's actually, for people who are watching this, there's some white people who come from my circumstances. I know this because I grew up with a few white people who were in my same element. And so when I look at somebody, I could generally tell if they come from the type of background I come from. And so I normally stop and speak to them and give them encouragement and let them know what we're doing. And so it can alleviate some of the pressure that the world has on them. And then too, it might change their mind about stereotypes out here in the world, not just them having about other people, but other people having about them. And so, that's another reason why farming is a great thing. But with that being said, if you enjoyed the video, a like and a subscribe will be fine. But a comment, if you're interested, leave a comment, and any questions you have for us, we'll be happy to answer. Know that this video is for the purpose of you, the watcher, starting a farm as well. It's not just, hey, let's watch these guys. These guys are farmers. Let's watch their journey. No, watch our journey. Later on, we'll be showing you our techniques on planting seeds. Also, we got my wife a new a working bench today for her to plant seeds. We'll show you that and where you can get it. We'll actually show the box. Come on, baby. We'll show the box. Because we've been out here for a while.
And I have bad knees.
She supposedly has bad knees.
I
but
do.
What she does have is this new workbench, so you can use it as a stool like this as it is presented on the picture, or you could turn it around and use it as a chair. So I just bought her that to make her time out here a little bit more comfortable, because like I told her, she comes out here, I don't think she enjoys herself very much when she's out here, and she's only out here for a few hours a day, putting seed in the ground, and I'm out here from the sun up to the sun down. And so, but I do want her to have the experience of being out here, because it won't be forever. At some point, I will be reaching back out and hiring somebody. It just won't be this year. But who knows? We might do so well this year that next year we'll be able to hire somebody else and help somebody else get out of an impoverished situation. And so, with that being said, before I hire anybody else, I want to make sure that my wife is proficient out here as well and knows what's going on, and is aware of the work that is done out here, not really doing the hard work, but doing some work out here, so she can have appreciation at the beginning stages of what's going on out here and the work that's being done out here all day. And I think everybody should take the time to step in somebody else's shoes to understand what they're doing and what they're going through. That way you can sympathize with them and you can understand them a little bit better. So I give my wife the opportunity for a few hours a day to step out here and have her turn of dealing out here. But it's not a permanent thing. In the future, she won't be out here anymore. Like I said, in the future, we'll hire somebody else. Right now, it's just so she can get out here, and some of the things that we learn at these seminars, she can get to using those practices, because Nothing beats hands-on. You can go to as many classes as you want to, but hands-on is where it's really at. So she gets her hands-on experience. So when it comes a time when she no longer comes outside, she can say, "Yeah, I know how to do it." You know, I it was once upon a time when I used to come outside and do some of the work outside, and that's good experience because it's not my business. You know, it's my wife's the business side of it. It belongs to my wife. Of course, you know, I get we set up the corporation where that I'm 10% silent partner because I'm investing everything that it is to be invested into the business. So even if we don't stay in a personal capacity, a personal relationship, you know, I would still be able to recoup what I've invested into the business. You know, and so that's always smart. But you know, I feel like if it's going to be her business, then she should know what the business is. And guys, that's all. That's all. Until the next time, we'll see you on the Batmobile. To the Batmobile.